Hello, I'm Joe Gonzalez, and I did my 2015 science fair on thermodynamics and yeast fermentation. The point of my science fair was to test how much heat affected the amount of CO2 that yeast releases. So my hypotheses were, if no heat is added to my vessel, which you see here, then the yeast will release 0 carbon dioxide. My second hypothesis was, if a 7.5 watt light bulb is applied to the vessel, then the yeast will release some carbon dioxide. Finally, my third hypothesis was, if a 40 watt light bulb is applied to, is put into the vessel and applied to the vessel, then the yeast will release the most carbon dioxide. So what I did to make the vessel, first of all, is had a plank of wood, and then I applied my light socket onto it, and then there's just a light bulb. You have your light bulb, your 7.5 watt light bulb, 7.5 watt light bulb, and your 40 watt light bulb, and then you have a 2-liter Coke bottle, some tape, kind of a homemade plastic yeast container. It holds the yeast, the sugar, and the water, everything that makes the yeast grow. And then you have a balloon that will strap over the top of this. That's how we measured the carbon dioxide, was whenever the yeast would release carbon dioxide, the balloon would expand, and we'd measure the diameter of the balloon. So back to my hypotheses. The first one, with no light bulb added to the vessel, was disproven. It was disproven because the yeast still released carbon dioxide. The balloon still expanded. Not very much at all, but it still did expand from the original point. Second hypothesis was proven. With the 7.5 watt light bulb, it released more than without any light bulb, and it didn't release carbon dioxide, so it was proven. Finally, with the 40 watt light bulb, that hypothesis was also proven. It released the most carbon dioxide, but only a very little bit more than with the 7.5 light bulb. With such a big jump from 7.5 watts to 40 watts, I expected it to, the balloon to expand a lot more than it did with the 7.5 watt light bulb. This didn't happen. The hypothesis was still proven because it did expand, and it expanded more than the first two wattage sizes, but it didn't expand as much as I was expecting it. I predict this is because yeast has a certain range of temperatures that it can withstand before the enzymes start to stop working. And I believe with the heat that the 40 watt light bulb generated it was too hot, and the enzymes started to stop working, and the yeast began to die. So yeah, in further research, what I would do is maybe have a light bulb in between 40 and 7.5, maybe a 20 watt light bulb, and I would test it with a 20 watt light bulb and see my results for the results that I would get. Some limitations are, it was very complicated, it was very hard to make our vessel airtight. That was the biggest thing for us, and we started out testing it with kind of just tape rather than tape and hot glue. As you can see, we hot glued the container onto the bottle. But yeah, that was our biggest limitation with making it airtight. So again, I am Joseph Gonzalez, and my 2015 science fair is on thermodynamics and yeast fermentation.